done a number of sex scenes. So I don't have much time to talk about this today because my battery is very clearly just about to run out, which is really useful. This is something that's been on my mind for quite a while now, and it's something I think I want to vlog about because I've just personally written an email to my agents about it because it's quite important to me, and I felt like I should share it. Being an actress in my mid-20s, sort of being of a certain casting, I would say 95% of the roles that come my way involve nudity, sex scenes, or kind of general playing characters that have very little to do with a character and just have more to do with having sex, or their only role in the film or the play is to influence the life of a man, usually romantically. And it's become something that I've been increasingly disturbed by. I've had so many characters come up in the past year or so, or even longer than that actually, since I've left drama school, who have been raped. And all of these are written by men, and it normally, the way it's kind of written is that the girl is raped and then a guy swoops in and saves her, and it kind of just gets to a point where you go, I'm kind of done with this. And I've actually not accepted a sex scene in about 3 years because it's just not, it's no longer something that I'm prepared to do unless it's completely necessary for the script. And you know, that there's a lot of reasons behind that. First and foremost, I'm increasingly aware of who's watching these films, and also aware that, you know, one day I might have kids. Do I want to give them a certain idea about the world through the work that I do? I refuse to do adverts for moneylenders, for example, because I think that ethically they're really wrong. So why would I therefore do a sex scene in a film that makes no sense? It's really hard to kind of put this into words because it's something that is, for me, quite emotional. Because I feel like as a woman in this industry, you kind of get told that you have to do this stuff because if you don't, you won't have a career. And to be honest, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call it out now. We need to change the industry if that's how the industry is. If you cannot make it big in the industry without getting your tits out, without having to simulate sex on screen, then frankly there is something very, very wrong. And obviously we know this. My industry is incredibly flawed. But it's why I'm trying to make more of my own stuff at the moment. It's why I'm writing more scripts. It's why I'm co-producing with really talented directors and producers. I can't be part of an industry anymore that sends me script after script after script where women are being degraded, where women have to be saved constantly by men. What is that? I mean, even if the woman like bravely bashes her rapist over the head with a vase or, you know, something like that, it's always the case that then the man steps in and saves the day properly, or, you know, he takes her off somewhere, and it's just, you get to the point where you go, well, why is it necessary to have this rape? Because actually the film is very rarely about rape. It's about something like the romance between these two people, or the fact that the guy is trying to make it big in Hollywood. But I didn't train for 2 years to simulate a blowjob or to pretend to be raped over and over again. I went to drama school so that I could play Hedda Gabler or Lady Macbeth or, you know, the great female characters. I didn't go to drama school just to play a device. In real life, I have so much going on right now, it's insane. I'm moving in with my partner, I am planning adventures, I am taking hold of my career, I have moments of extreme excitement and extreme like sadness. I have friends that are getting married, friends that are getting divorced, friends that are dying and having babies. Like, life is constantly changing. So why is it the characters of my age range at the moment in film and on stage to an extent only exist to have sex with the men? People have asked me in the past about films like Nymphomaniac, where the actors actually did have real sex on screen, and I've got to say I completely disagree with it. I completely disagree, because we're not porn actors, we are actors. We pretend. We don't actually have to have sex. We're not prostitutes. We're not sex workers. And there's nothing wrong, again, with being a sex worker. But unless that's what you want to do, you definitely shouldn't do it. I didn't become an actor because I wanted to have sex with randomers that I'd only met that day. Like, I find it distressing. I do. And I keep an open mind with scripts most of the time, but I haven't come across one script since I left drama school, and in fact before that, where I felt it was necessary in the slightest to show people having sex. This is a call out to scriptwriters and producers and people making film. Please think about the actors that you're writing for. We don't want to do sex scenes. Sex scenes are really awkward and they very rarely work that well on screen. I can remember a handful of sex scenes in my life, and to be honest, all the best ones were like incredibly subtle. Insanely subtle. So subtle, in fact, that you didn't even see any naked parts. And it's not that I'm ashamed of my body. I'm okay with doing nudity on screen. I would just rather it be fairly innocent nudity, you know? My body is an amazing thing. I can bear children. I can do headstands with some help. I'm alive, even though I have asthma and chronic migraines and all kinds of issues with my blood. Yeah. So creators, please stop writing in sex scenes, because they're really bloody boring. I'm trying to do my bit to help. I'm trying to write scripts where the women aren't just there to have sex or to make out with the lead character or to, be there to influence a change in the male character's life. I'm trying to write scripts that are to do with women being people and men being people and people being people, you know? Oh, I feel like my message may have got slightly lost in this, but I hope you get it. It's just not nice, you know? But I'm trying to influence a change. And I'd kind of like to encourage everyone out there to try and influence a change as well. I really have to go. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope you guys have an absolutely astonishing weekend. But for now, from Ash Acting Up, over and out.